Hello, and a very warm, bloody welcome to Glasgow by Night, our chronicle set in World of Darkness's seminal work, Vampire the Masquerade, where we follow the Night Elements coterie, a group of 6 kindred operating out of a burlesque club in Glasgow's merchant city. Having lost 2 of their members to unknown assailants, the coterie seeks to track down their killers and find out their motives, all the while trying to maintain their status as a kind of neutral ground where vampire factions can meet and be entertained in peace. What you're about to listen to is what we call a Minisode, a brief, intimate time with 1 or 2 of our characters. And this Minisode follows the de facto leader of the Night Elements coterie, the Toreador dancer, Rose MacLeod, played by Katrina, and our Tremere neonate, Malcolm Corvin, played by Ben. A wee warning to y'all, Vampire the Masquerade is a game of personal horror, so this game is for mature audiences only. We as Scots do occasionally slip into the vernacular, so you can expect a fair bit of swearing. During our game you can expect to visit historical events in which real people have died. For example, World War II. You may also experience body horror, mind control, and the occasional bit of sexy stuff. All of this is dealt with very tastefully, of course, so there is nothing too gratuitous to worry about. With all that said, our thanks for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy our wee game as much as we enjoyed playing it. If you'd like to hear more from us, then subscribe to the channel, and now I'll hand you over to my former self, who will kick off this night. Alright guys, well, welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle Glasgow by Night, and this one is called My First Time. A kindred's early life is steeped in irreversible trauma. In the embrace, they experience their own murder, the shuffling off of their mortal coil. They feel the final stuttering beat of their own heart. They breathe out their last rasping breath. Their eyes lose focus, and their mind goes to a place only they will know about, and probably will never speak of. They awaken to a new life, an existence beyond death, in a world where the laws of science count for nothing and everyone is a killer. As they navigate this new world, they see, hear, and feel things they couldn't have imagined, wouldn't have imagined, as to do so would be wrong. As their eyes slowly open to the horror of kindred existence, the shock is unforgettable from the searing knowledge that to survive and perhaps live forever, they will have to participate. That first step across the threshold, that first blooding, that first act of violence will stay with them forever. And within their mind there is a new presence. Gone are the muffled mental voices of mortals, now replaced with an entity that speaks to them constantly, making them think about the worst things imaginable. Visceral violence, betrayal, rage, lust, and of course blood. Always, forever, the need for more blood. It is the 7 deadly sins, given a hotline straight to the lucid mind. It is the beast, and it changes us forever. In our mortal death, our soul goes somewhere. It is arguable as to whether the same soul truly returns to the new body. But the truth is there in stark, gleaming clarity. We will never be the same again. And with that firmly in mind, let us tell a vampire story.
French have settled down to an obstinate fight to hamper the occupying forces.
The larger and more splendid its city, the more it is at the mercy of those who may make it their prey.
The nightlife in Glasgow is perfectly safe. They do not exist.
I urge you, at this moment of national emergency.
Life should not be carrying on as normal right now.
I don't think there's any way to back out of it now. Elysium is incredibly prestigious. Having a bit of a fight with myself, the exit is right there.
You don't want to be in between me and that.
I gave Happy a promise, and for all my sins, I do try and keep those.
We have a number of provocations to respond to. Is there anybody who's innocent among the company?
You did have a vision that we all died if this was ahead, remember?
You have to be careful.
I know.
Okay. Malcolm, you are in a very small room with no doors or windows. It's black. The only illumination comes from above, which bathes you and your opponent in red light. You are without time and without context. The creature in front of you is horned, red-skinned. It has fangs that are inches long. This thing was obviously created for killing, and it wants to kill you. It's coming at you. On the floor and on the wall around you, you can see various weapons. It bares its teeth and it charges. What would you like to do?
I will sidestep, grab a blade from the wall, and do a slashing cut.
Okay, good. Right, if you could give me your strength. In fact, you're going for that. Give me your dex and athletics, please.
Okay.
I'm bearing in mind for this, your hunger will be 1.
There you are. One, two. 2 successes.
2 successes, that's enough. Okay, you sidestep towards the wall. You don't even need to look. You can feel the creature behind you charging past you and smashing into the wall. You grab the blade.
Mm-hmm.
It's a kitchen knife, and you take it into your grip. And now you want to attempt the slashing motion.
Yep.
Okay, give me your dex and melee.
2, 3. 3, and it's a critical on the hunger dice.
On the hunger dice, messy critical. Okay. As you slash out, your fangs burst from your mouth, and you can see the beast. As you do so, the beast gets bigger. the creature gets bigger. You take a slashing blow across the neck, and you open it right there across the jugular. There's a spray of blood across you, across the room. As it turns, that arterial spray just sprays across the walls. The smell of blood is in the air now. Give me a rouse check, please.
1 dice, 6 and up, you're okay. You get hunger.
I'm hungry. I got a 2.
Okay, so your hunger increases to 2.
Yes.
You see the beast, the creature in front of you. Its nostrils flare. Even it can smell the blood. You see its fangs get longer, and its muscles get bigger. It grows to about a further foot tall. It turns to you and launches at you with its claws.
Okay.
Okay, can I have your dex and athletics?
Ooh.
Ooh. I don't think that's any successes.
No, it isn't.
No successes.
No successes.
Okay. Is there anything you can do to mitigate that?
Willpower.
Oh, willpower?
Okay, reroll up to 3 normal dice. And mark a willpower off in your sheet.
1.
1 success. Okay. The beast's claws just rake across your chest. You can feel it cutting deep into the flesh. You can actually feel one of the claws catch on one of your ribs and pull you forward slightly before it wrenches itself free. Wants you to take 2 points of aggravated damage.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, if you mark down those 2 points of aggravated damage, and again, the blood sprays everywhere, and your hunger is going to increase by another 1 point.
Okay.
And we now find ourselves in the car. It's a rather nice silver Audi saloon. Elizabeth is driving, of course. Rose sitting in the passenger seat in wonderful, uncomfortable silence. You're sitting below a flat in the West End, seemingly waiting on something. Elizabeth puts her hand on the steering wheel in frustration, slaps her hand on it and goes, "Come on." How long does his first time take?
It depends.
He must be finished by now.
I mean, my feedings can take a while. It depends on what mood I'm in.
Yeah, I'll bet. Who am I to talk?
She's siren as well, isn't she?
I think in your experience that's become clear. Over the time.
Yeah.
And I think in Malcolm's experience, you can get confirmed.
So, you don't want to pick someone that, gets too excited too early, do you?
Stamina. It's all about the stamina.
We can... how long has it been now?
It's been a good 45 minutes.
I reckon we give him a full hour and then we can go up.
He should be running out of that place by now. I think we need to go and see what our young neonate has been up to.
Lead the way?
No, we better get it done. We've got a job later.
Fair enough.
She gets out.
Is check makeup in mirror, then get out of car.
Makeup is gleaming as usual. and you step out the car. She turns on the alarm, and the two of you walk up the close to the flat. You make it up to the flat. She points to it, and she pushes at the front door and curiously finds it open. Elizabeth gestures.
And you want me to go in first?
Did you say that out loud?
Possibly more of just like a facial expression of like, but
She looks
stand
at
to
you.
the side of the door and push it open so that she's not standing in front of it.
Okay. As you push the door open, you can see before you, in the hallway, certainly, it looks like there's been some sort of burglary. There's a coat lying on the floor. There's a bag. There's a couple of empty glasses, couple of empty bottles lying on the floor. One's been stamped into the carpet. Looks like a bit of carnage.
On the one hand, possible burglary. On the other hand, typical student flat.
There are potentials.
Sneak. Try and be sneaky and.
Okay. Can you give me your dex and stealth, please?
And my dex is good. My stealth, I think, not so much. And what hunger am I on?
1.
Yeah, that is no such thing as stealth, but at least I've got dex 3. Which, with XP, I think I will be upping. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, you are quiet as the night. Could you give me your wits and awareness?
Mm-hmm. Oh, hello. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 successes. One of them a crit, not on the hunger dice.
So 4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite something. You are struck by the absence of noise.
No noise at all.
Total silence.
Oh, I don't like that.
And on the side of the door to the living room, you're quite sure that you can see a couple of bloody fingerprints.
Sort of get Elizabeth's attention and point at the.
You can hear her taking a whiff, and I want you to give me a rouse check, please, Rose, as the blood starts to fill your nostrils.
Got 6.
Elizabeth, you can see one side of her mouth just cocks up for a second, and you see a fang expose.
Here was me thinking that was a sneer.
There is definitely blood in the air. What would you like to do?
Sneaking, do the same thing again, like be at the side of the door and push it open.
Okay, you push the door open to the living room, studiously avoiding the bloody fingerprints. But once you open that doorway, you can see the source of that blood. There's a body underneath that duvet in the middle of the living room floor. The duvet's curiously clean, almost like it was put there to cover up something. But there's very definitely a human form under there. And over the walls, the ceiling, the carpet, the furniture, there are streaks of blood everywhere. Everywhere. It's like walking into the worst butcher shops you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Something awful, truly awful has happened in here. And sitting in the corner, beside the toppled and smashed widescreen TV, is a blood-covered Malcolm. sitting in the corner with his arms wrapped around his knees, and he has a truly vacant look on his face.
Again, point at Malcolm. Point Malcolm out to Elizabeth, and I have no idea what to do in this situation because Rose probably is just like, this looks like some weird Tremere magic shit. So
You wish.
So I'm going to go and check the rest of the flat and see if there's anyone else here.
Okay. You check the rest of the flat. It looks like there is a spare room, but it's not inhabited. It looks like it's made up for a guest, as it were. This is the thing, the stark contrast between this guest bedroom and everywhere else in the house, because it's just carnage. You go into the kitchen. You see there's obviously been something took place in the kitchen as well. There's blood around there, but the rest of it seems very clean.
Interesting.
Elizabeth takes a step in, looks into the living room. There's, oh dear.
At least we've got the flat to ourselves at the moment.
Yes. For how long?
True. We should probably. Do you think we can at least get him down to the car and get out of here?
We're going to have to. Excuse me. She takes out her mobile phone. Yes. You should come up now. Well, she steps into the living room and says to you, Malcolm, well, didn't that go well? We should have given you more training before sending you up. She goes over to you and sits down beside you and puts her arm over your shoulder and just kind of hugs you a little closer. You'll be okay, my baby. We'll forget about this. And needless to say, I think we've found what you're not good at. You hear the door creaking open, and in steps quite a slight figure with kind of shoulder length wavy hair. He steps into the living room and looks around. Elizabeth looks up and says, "Ah, Lucian." Lucian has a look around and goes, "I see." Elizabeth says, "Probably a bigger job than we were expecting, but you will be paid in kind." Lucian takes a wee step back and he seems to be thinking for a moment, and he points to Malcolm and says, "This one needs to remove his clothes now, where we are. The rest, you will leave up to me." So Elizabeth turns to you and says, "Malcolm, I need you to stand up. Go to the bathroom. Get rid of all these bloody clothes."
Malcolm will stand up and robotically do as he's told.
Okay.
From his sire.
Malcolm goes to the loo. Gets rid of his clothes. I'm assuming you would scrub off some of the blood from your fingers and hands. And
she told him to do that. Yes.
Get it cleaned up. Lucian walks into the bathroom. He doesn't knock.
That's fine. The door isn't closed.
And he takes your clothes and hands you what looks like a Primark bag. It's with a basic pair of shoes, a pair of jogging pants, and a t-shirt. It says, "Get dressed. Elizabeth will meet you downstairs."
It's dressed. But automatically, monotonously, there is no will or consciousness involved in this.
I think Malcolm's in a very different place right now. As you go down the stairs, you can see a couple of people walking up the stairs wearing kind of polythene suits, caps over their feet, shower caps, and one is carrying what looks like quite a large oil drum, one of these plastic oil drums. They don't look at you, they just carry on towards the flat. And you step outside, and there's a silver Audi saloon on the opposite side of the street that flashes its lights at you.
Go over to it, because I'm assuming I recognize the car.
You do recognise the car. And you get into the back seat?
Yep.
Okay. She starts the engine and takes off. Malcolm, you're in a dark, dark room with no time or context. And this creature is trying to kill you. Now, you can see it clearly giving in to its hunger. What would you like to do?
I'm already bleeding, aren't I?
You are. You've got claw marks right down your chest.
Okay. This is a biped, yes?
Yes.
Okay. I am
8
going
feet tall at this
to...
point.
What?
It's about 8 feet tall at this point.
Okay. I'm going to... take a goblet of pulsing, vaguely coagulated blood out of the wound. I'm going to hurl it at its face.
Okay.
Then I'm going to try and leap around the outside of its leg to hamstring one of its legs.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Give me just Dex and melee. Dex and melee is fine. As you throw this blood. So you're just grabbing a handful of the blood which is dripping down from your chest and just throw it in the face. Okay.
Yep. I've seen those vampire detective shows. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
4 successes, okay. You strike him straight in the face. He's very, very close. It's not that hard. The blood hits his chin and then splatters across his red skin. You can see this long, pointed tongue comes out and he just starts licking across his own face. He puts his face to the heavens and just roars with the delight of having some of his hunger satiated.
Yep, that's fine. Focus on other things.
And you want to dive round behind him and go for the leg, go for the hamstring?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want this thing crippled. I need it slower.
Okay, give me your dex and melee, please.
1, 2, 3. 4. 1 is messy. Sorry, 1 is a critical. Not one of the hunger dice.
So just 4 successes, okay. So... Okay, it's yeah, it basically twitches its leg forward just as you're going swinging down for it. It twitches its leg forward, and you just hit nothing but air. As you recover from your swing, you can see its hoofed foot is just going to back kick you. Okay, give us your dex and athletics.
3 successes.
3 successes, right. You see it coming a mile off. Yeah, it just whooshes past your head, and you see the creature turns to you, and is now facing you square on.
Isn't it's charging, or is it just glaring at me like I owe something?
Well, it's just turned, but you have a chance to act.
Okay, stab it in the eye.
Stab it in the eye, going in.
In the eyeballs.
If I'm lucky, I can force it down in there.
In the eyeballs.
5 successes.
5 successes. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit of a reach. You have to jump ever so slightly and turn your blade into a stabbing motion. But without question, you drive that thing straight into its eye. There's a howl of pain and anguish as it's not used to this kind of treatment. Okay, give me a dex and athletics, please.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 success.
Okay, it grabs you by the throat and basically rams you, sends you travelling across this tiny room to the wall, and now has you up against the wall like so. With its other arm, it pushes at your chest with its claws, and it just wants to push, and you can feel the claws starting to separate your ribs and beginning to basically enter your body. I would like you to take 1 aggravated wound.
Okay.
And I'd like you to increase your hunger by 1.
Okay, that's 4 hunger.
So, through the Clyde tunnel we go. As a kid, you remember holding your breath through this tunnel. Now there's no breath to hold.
I think Rose would have been a teenager when it opened.
Yeah, absolutely. So Elizabeth is it's been quiet in the car, but she occasionally glances back at you in the rearview mirror. Malcolm, could you give me a willpower roll, please?
4 successes, 2 10s on a hunger dice.
Okay.
Oh, you don't do hunger dice for willpower rolls, do you?
Sorry.
Right, you don't.
4 successes then.
Successes. Okay, well, that rational, reasonable voice in the back of your brain telling you to grab both these women by the back of the neck and begin to rip their heads off. You managed to keep it under control with a surprising amount of ease. It seems like your intellect is beginning to kick in. The shock of what you've just witnessed, along with the change of clothes and the wash, the shock is starting to wear off. Malcolm, are you okay?
An impulse. Just an impulse.
I need you to be okay. Are you okay?
Don't know.
The night is still young, and we have a job to do.
I will focus.
Good. Yeah, okay, so you are regaining control, but the memories of what happened are tumbling over in your mind. I'm going to drop you at a place. I want you to go to the house and use your wonderful investigational skills to find out what happened. My friend Rook says there's a woman was killed in this home. I want you to find out what happened. Do you understand?
I understand.
Rose,
Mm-hmm.
you understand?
Oh, you want me to go too? Okay.
Yes. Let's not leave Malcolm unsupervised for now.
But as this is a test, the teacher can go with.
Speaking of which, Malcolm, your mind flashes forward to those weekly, monthly, yearly competitions that you would have with Alexander. That time when you were both growing up, you advanced pretty quickly. You learned the tricks of the trade pretty quickly. Alexander was a slower learner, but he proved canny. And before you know it, those regular competitions started to push you. There was that time he handed you the box covered in runes, but you didn't see it in time. The box that you put your hand in, the box that you lost your hand to. But these are tempered by times that you were victorious. There was that time with Alexander where he walked into a room and was told to find something hidden. And he couldn't do it. And when it was revealed that Elizabeth's library was full of about 50 Nosferatu, it clearly left an impression on Alexander. The competition was fierce, but it left an indelible mark on both of you. The car pulls to a halt. Up ahead, you can see a bank of fog. And Elizabeth says, 100 yards that way. You'll find the house.
Let's go then.
Get out. Start moving forward. I'd like to activate premonition.
Premonition. Okay. Let's see what dice we've got for premonition. Is that a rouse check? I believe it is.
Yep.
And again, this hunger that you are feeling against the creature is not the same as you are now. Right now, you are sated. You are down to hunger 1.
Okay.
Good. Yep. Give me a rouse check, and I need your resolve and auspex.
Okay. 8. On the rouse check.
I was going to say 8 successes. What the hell?
On one dice.
While it is not impossible for me to get 8 successes on the resolve plus auspex, it's highly unlikely. 4 successes on the resolve auspex.
4 successes.
Yeah.
God, give me some playing room, will you?
Sorry?
You know what you're doing.
Okay.
Before I get out of the car, I want to check with Elizabeth. Do you want me to help him in any way, or am I just there to observe?
This is a task for both of you. Find out what you can and let me know.
Okay.
As you look round, you see Malcolm has collapsed to the floor.
Well, that's a good start. You can get out of the car. I'm guessing he's doing the same thing that Happy does.
There's blood coming from places, yeah.
Okay, fabulous.
Malcolm, everything goes white. And then it comes to, and there you are, just in the living room, watching telly.
Okay.
And it comes from nowhere, the blow to the side of your head. It's heavy. It's like a hammer, and it knocks you off your seat, knocks you to the floor. As you glance up, all you can see is a large dark shadow. He goes to the other side of the room. The light goes off, and the beating begins.
The beating.
The beating.
That's what I thought you said.
And it's not concentrated on anywhere except your face.
Of course.
It goes on and on and on and on until a final thunderous blow returns you to where you are now.
Well, that was unpleasant.
Oh, what did you see?
The death from out of nowhere.
I'm guessing it didn't show a handy, face, big neon sign saying it was the butler. No.
But
Too useful.
let's get some context.
Yep.
This way. Sensing the unseen?
Yes, me too.
Okay. Yeah, if you could give me your, what is it, wits and aspects?
I think so.
Wits and aspects, or resolve and aspects, whatever works for you.
Four dices.
4 successes.
4
Two.
successes, 2. Okay. Okay, Rose. Yeah, you can see not a great deal. You can see the fog that is in front of the house seems to have some sort of green sort of glow to it. Yeah, Malcolm. Yeah, you can see the same thing, but beyond that, in the house, you can see occasionally just flittering past the window. You can see a spirit.
Okay.
I'm imagining the green mist from the Gary Oldman Dracula movie.
Something similar.
I'm the Dracula fangirl, okay? Oh, yeah. Well, it looks like that, okay?
I'm not judging.
You said you see. Do you guys get anything other than the weird fog?
Yes, flickering over there.
Light flickering?
Something like that.
Okay. Let's go that way then.
Okay, so you ambulate through the fog to the house beyond.
Yep.
Okay, you walk up the driveway. The front door is unlocked. How are you approaching?
Sneak. Well, attempt to sneak. I am not very sneaky.
I am, however, moderately sneaky.
Well, let's sneak then.
4 successes.
2 successes.
Successes,
And
okay.
the 0 wasn't on the hunger dice. Hooray!
We are surprisingly sneaky this evening. I like it.
Even in our little kitten heels and everything.
Okay,
Kitten
Like little heels. They're like little ones.
it is safe to say that you are quiet enough. You make no sounds. The door, thankfully, does not creak on the way in. And you walk into a hallway. There's a door to the right and a door to the left and a staircase leading upstairs. And you see the tail end of said spirit entering what looks like a bedroom.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, cancel that. A living room. My apologies.
I follow after the spirit, paying careful attention to things.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, so you walk into the room and there's what looks like a bloody mess on the floor. There's basically what looks like a female form lying on the ground, face down. But there's virtually no head left. It has been cracked and smashed into the carpet.
Okay.
Yeah, and Malcolm, you can see kneeling on top of the corpse is the spirit. And it's kneeling down. Its hands are covering its face like so. And it appears to be weeping.
Okay. Is it dressed in the same clothes as the corpse?
It doesn't wear clothes. It's a kind of a wispy.
Ah, right. Okay, it's one of those. So I'm not getting definitive. Good. Okay. There is a spirit kneeling on the corpse. It is sobbing.
Well, I imagine it's her spirit. That does not look like a good way to go.
Okay.
But my knowledge of ghosties is pretty minimal.
Your conversation does not disturb the spirit.
I look where I saw the shadowy creature come out in my promotion to bludgeon and beat. I see if there's any trace markings, anything physically left.
Okay. You give me your intelligence and investigation, please.
I would like to have a look around and see does it look like she was here on her own? Is this a family home that the kids aren't here?
Okay. Can I get the same roll from you then, Rose?
Intelligence. Seeing if it's regular.
3 and it's messy.
Intelligence investigation.
Intelligence investigation, yeah.
Okay, that's only 2 dice. This is going to be fun. She's not very investigating.
Right, Malcolm, I want you to increase your hunger by 1 for this Malcolm.
Yeah. No successes.
No successes, okay.
No success.
Yeah, the smell of blood around the room is, and in your current state of mind, it is particularly affecting. Yeah, Rose, you can see him just take a little turn, just slightest notion of a little turn. Malcolm, you basically see some bloody footprints on the carpet.
Okay.
They are clearly not the size of her feet.
Right.
And they're leading out the back. Through the back, there's a back door to this living room, and it's leading out there.
Okay. How big are the shoes? What size approximately?
Probably say a 10, 11.
10, 11. So we're talking somewhere at least, if they don't have abnormally large feet, somewhere of average height. And they're going out the way, not in.
The bloody footprints go out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I will follow the trail.
Okay. You follow the trail to a back room. It looks like some sort of not a laundry room. Yeah, actually close to a laundry room. There's a back window which appears to have been jimmied open. The footprints, there's a bit of a footprint on the windowsill, but beyond that, it goes into like a flower bed, a gravel driveway, the garden. You're not going to be able to follow that trail.
Okay, I check and see. Is the earth soft?
In the rose bed.
In the flower bed, yes.
The flower bed, yeah, it's soft.
Okay, how deep is the imprint from the footprint?
I don't know, about a centimetre.
About a centimetre. Okay. So, and what kind of shoe is it?
Well, it's loose soil. Yeah, give me what have you got? All right. Yeah.
Asking awkward questions.
It's gonna have to be intelligence and investigation again. I
That's
think.
fine.
And I'm gonna pose this. I'm opposing as soil.
You're posing as dirt. Just as long as they haven't fertilized the rose beds anytime soon.
2 successes.
2 successes. It's a boot.
Okay.
That's all I can give you.
That's fine. That is fine. At depth of 1 centimeter, and a relatively large stride.
Well, you would assume after traversing a windowsill, the stride is going to be varied.
Yes, but you can make just approximate guesses as to overall height and build. He's heavy. Not necessarily a he, but if it isn't a he, it's probably a very tall woman, or moderately tall woman.
Well, they're dropping from height from the window, so that's going to skew things. Yeah.
Yes, but I did see.
Again, you can certainly safely say from the size of the boot, you seem to be on the right track with your average size person.
Okay, average size person, probably male. But
Oh, we didn't do a 3-point landing.
no. Actually, I saw them walking. The bloody prints. Can I supposition how roughly tall or their gait? No, wait, I'm taking the piss here. Sorry.
I think you're diving in here.
Yeah,
You're diving into your Sherlock Holmes fantasy, my love.
Let's just say this trail of fingerprints is at an end in the flower bed.
that's fine. That's fair. I will put my justice boner away.
Any kind of boner, please put it put it away. We're on camera. Anywho's.
Okay. What direction it went off? North, south, east, west? Is there anything in the direction it left in?
It's indeterminate.
Indeterminate.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they've had to escape the building beyond that flower bed and the gravel path. Yeah.
That's fair.
The ghost or the spirit is letting out a gentle moan, which is slowly developing into a shriek.
Can I see or hear it now that it's been pointed out, or?
Can you give me your wits and aspects again? It's the same scene, so I'll give you another bash. And can you give me wits and awareness, please, Malcolm?
Yep.
2 successes.
2 successes. You can't quite see it. You don't know it's. He's told you it's there. You can't see it.
This is not my specialty. It's mostly spotting Nosferatu and being able to throw notebooks at them.
That's because you just don't like voyeurs that don't pay.
I mean, if they've snuck in without paying, absolutely, it's bad business.
1, 2, 3. 3, not messy.
3, not messy. Okay. Okay. Anything you can do to mitigate that roll?
I can spend willpower.
That's a lot. Ooh, hello.
That's another 5. Sorry, another 2. So 5 successes in total.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right. Looking around on the various surfaces, you can see on one table in particular, there's a bunch of family photos.
Okay.
Which appears to show this woman very attractive, with her, what looks like her child and a man.
Okay.
And as the photographs age, you see the man has disappeared from the photographs.
Okay.
As the child gets older. The ghost is, now shrieking. Give me your occult and intelligence, please.
2.
2 is enough. You can hear between the shrieks, he's actually starting to voice some words now. And you can hear her screaming, They took my face. He took my face.
I'm going to check upstairs.
Okay. Are you stealthing your way upstairs?
Yep.
Okay, go for it. Three. Okay, so you head upstairs. You stealth your way fantastically. Upstairs on the landing, you can see there's basically a bathroom. There's what looks like the master bedroom, and another room, which the door is closed. What would you like to look at?
The lights are off, yes?
Yes.
What time in the night is it?
This is about 4:30. No, sorry. Yeah, 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock at night. It's quite late.
5 o'clock at night?
In the morning.
In the morning, okay.
So we don't have long.
Depends what time of year it is.
It's still dark outside.
Okay. What gender was the child?
Male.
Yeah. Okay. What was the oldest picture of them? How old were they roughly?
You would guess 8 or 9 is the last one. Yeah,
okay.
But you're quite good at guessing kids' ages.
I'm going to open the closed door very quietly.
Okay.
And just peek inside.
Okay, you make to open the door, and from behind the door, the spirit that was downstairs with its hands covering its face comes bursting from the door right into your face and says, "Leave my boy alone."
Answers that question. Emily, do you know who took your face? Sorry, I whispered, do you know who took your face?
Malcolm, you're in a dark room without context or time. And the creature has you up against the wall, and its hands are beginning to penetrate your chest. What would you like to do?
Would to assume I still have the knife in hand. Is this one hand, or is it cloying me with one hand, one appendage, or two?
One. Yeah, it's
one.
got its
One
hand up against your throat, and it's trying to get into you with the other one.
Okay, I'm going to try and stab it in there and then twist.
Okay, go for it.
But yeah, that would actually sever tendons in anything that actually uses a safe.
So this is the hand that is strangling you, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine, go for it.
I don't think I could reach his other hand, or its other hand. 3, and it's messy.
The knife goes in, you twist it, and it separates bone and artery, and you can feel the fingers just go limp, dropping you from that elevated position onto the ground. You're in a prime position to do something bad.
Is this thing wearing a loincloth, or does it have genitals?
It has genitals.
I'm going to try and cut off its genitals. Like a slashing action to the genitals.
Okay. Yeah, give me your dex, dex and melee, please.
4 successes.
4 successes. You managed to get one swing, and you think you nicked it. But it brings its leg back, and it just goes to hammer a knee straight into your face. Okay, dex and athletics.
One success.
Once.
Dear.
He rolls quite well. So you feel this knee just make contact, massive contact with your chin. It basically separates, breaks your jaw, and slams the back of your head into the wall. Take another aggravated wound.
Just one. Okay.
How dead are you?
So you've taken what, 4?
Yeah, 4.
Okay. He goes again. You're shocked. You're wheezing. His hand is coming down to once again grab you by the throat, and try to pick you up.
Is it the same hand I nearly bifurcated?
It's the other one.
The other one's just flippy.
Hear the beast snarling and just saying, "You are mine."
That was never.
Give me your dex and athletics.
1, 2, 3. 3.
Okay, it's not quite enough. He gets a grip of your neck and is lifting you up and dragging you up the wall, and bringing you level to face with him. And you hear him saying, "Just give it. You are mine."
I'm gonna try and stab him again.
Do it.
Okay, 1, I'd like to spend more willpower, please.
Okay.
That's 4.
That's 4. Okay, what are you going for? His other eye?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you plunge the knife down into his eye. There's a shriek of pain. Sorry, cancel it. There is no shriek of pain.
What?
The knife goes into the eye.
Yeah.
And he just continues to stare you in the face. Just give up. You see his jaw is open. You see the lower jaw distend, and he lunges at you and closes on you.
Okay.
Okay, dex and athletics, please.
1, I'd like to spend another willpower point if I may.
Oh, yay.
3.
3. This is the worst time that this creature has rolled out of its skin. You feel the teeth make contact with your skull, and you feel them penetrating your skull, penetrating your brain, and your head is gone. Rose, give me your wits and awareness, please.
Okie dokie. Dices. 5. That was pants. I'm spending a willpower. 1 success.
1 success.
3 successes total.
3 successes. And give me your wits and aspects as well, please.
Okay.
Come
So,
on.
for reference, I'm taking notes.
2 successes.
2 successes. Anything you can do about that?
Let's spend another willpower. I haven't spent any yet.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can reroll up to 3.
Normal dice.
3 normal dice. Is that if the 2 dice that were unsuccessful, one is a hunger dice and one isn't? Can I only roll the single dice?
Only the normal dice you can reroll.
Only the normal dice. That's fine. Another success.
Okay. As you're looking around the room, you hear the pitter-patter of small feet coming down the stairs. And from the living room door comes this spirit that you've been looking for. It comes through the door, it goes past you, it goes through you, leaving a chill which goes up and down the length of your body before it rests once again, kneeling over the corpse.
And the pitter-patter of small feet.
Small feet is followed by...
Oh no.
The call of, Mummy?
No, I'm not letting this small child see this.
Are you turning to the voice?
Yeah.
You turn round to see a small child from one of these pictures standing in the doorway, looking in horror.
If I can, I will try and intercept him before he can see anything.
And Rose, as you go to turn his head from it, you fade from the scene. And Malcolm, you come to in 1996, walking into the room, the living room of your home, where you would expect, usually, to see Mummy. Mummy's there, but she's not alive anymore. And that is where we'll leave tonight.
You son of a bitch! You son of a kitten! You bastard! You cunt! You utter, mean mother! Ah!
I hope that was okay.
Holy fuck! Holy fuck! That was amazing! But oh my gosh!
Okay, all right. Let me be very clear here. I have shied away previously GMing the nastier parts of this. I've been given odd looks when I've gone really dark. You lot are getting full
none of this.
full chthonic crap this time around. I'm not being nice.
Good.
Oh my god.
I was gonna be measured, but no, that is fuck that. No, you're getting the cluster fucking.
Good. I'm glad. I'm looking forward to that.
I'd completely. It had gone to the back of my mind, that aspect of his. And then you.
Good. I hope that was.
Does that mean that Rose is going to be in your memories?
Not exactly. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think. Have you? This is a little flash here.
There is one thing I would like Malcolm to do as he wakes in his as he awakes in the club. He remembers in his memory approaching the body of his mother, the horror. He could only go within a few feet of it. But he remembers that clasped in her hands was a handful of black hair.
Your hair's not black, you're red.
I mean, I can't remember if I've ever... Like, the picture that we've got is kind of she's got... Rose has dark hair, but it's it's brown as opposed to black.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Thank you very much, then. I'm going to hurt you.
I'm looking forward to every second of it.
Oh
I
God!
you are. This is the only time I have ever felt compelled to drag out a specific book that got cellophane wrapped when it was sold.
Is it still cellophane wrapped?
Oh God, no! I flipped through it very quickly, and I'm getting the updated version.
I'm doing a concern.
You should.
Oh.
Awesome, guys. Well, I hope you're not too traumatized.
No, just enough. I will, however, need to
Just
read
enough.
something light and fluffy before bed.
I think you should. I think you should. Absolutely. Anyway, I'll leave you with that horror. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim.
Have a good night.
All right,
Sleep
guys.
well.
Sleep well.
Hopefully see you Sunday. All right, guys. Love you. See you later.
Mwah.
Bye.